Okay, our top story here at 5 tonight. We're following up on contamination concerns at the Hennepin County Crime Lab. As many as 70 cases had to be paused over concerns that some DNA samples were compromised. And today, investigators are giving Fox 9 an inside look at the lab. Rob Olson was inside there today. He joins us live. And Rob, this situation will have cases paused for a while yet. Are investigators getting any clarity on what went wrong?
Well, they're getting a lot of clarity, Tim. They figured it'll be 2 or 3 weeks yet before they're going to resume DNA testing here as they wrap up their investigation. Now the case number is actually down to between 30 and 35 as they've really sorted through everything. And they want to stress here, there's been some misconceptions. They say that there is no error in the lab testing process. In fact, if anything, it's a testament to the sensitivity of their testing that it caught a contamination, an outside DNA source that was very minute that came in on their supplies. But they stress in no way does this affect any of the work that they have done.
There is not a reason to think that there's anything wrong with the DNA testing process.
Allison DeLentz is the DNA section supervisor at the Hennepin County Crime Lab, which is yet to resume DNA testing after halting it September 17th. But she says no one should take this to mean that there's any errors in the work that they do or have done.
I would say to anyone that the integrity and reliability of the DNA results that we perform in the Forensic Science Laboratory are of the utmost quality.
What happened, as she explained to me in detail, is an unknown DNA profile showed up in a control test where there should be no DNA. When they discovered the same profile had shown up in a test of evidence 2 years ago, they then looked at more than 50,000 other samples going back to 2016 and found it at random intervals about 30 other times.
You've ruled it a certainty that it's coming in on these plastic consumables from a supplier.
That is what we've narrowed it down to. Yes.
They've determined the contamination came on plastic lab supplies like tubes and trays, probably contaminated by a worker during manufacturing, because 8 other labs all across the country who used the same supplier found the same DNA on some of their tests too.
There is not a possibility that this DNA profile falsely identified anyone, though.
Allison says the extra DNA could dilute a sample and hinder making a positive ID, but stresses there's no way it could change one.
Not been any false identifications resulting from this extra DNA profile.
Meaning there's no way that this led to the result of a DNA profile being inaccurate.
That's right.
Now, again, they're finalizing the investigation, and what she showed me today is they're actually testing. They're running DNA tests on supplies from a different supplier for some of these plastic tubes, trays, etc. So far, everything coming up clean here. But again, they want to ensure that everything is clean before they resume, again, probably in several weeks. But they stress no casework here should have been affected unless in some way it diluted a sample and hindered an identification. Tim?